Alright folks, how's it going? Gavin and Mick here from the String Ninjas podcast. Just before we get into this week's episode, just like to point out that you can support this podcast financially by subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/stringninjas, and you'll get a whole heap of benefits from doing that. Over to Mick here, who will tell you what you get.
So you'll get early access to the audio podcast at least 72 hours before everybody else, exclusive access to the video podcast so you can see these sexy mugs in full HD, and exclusive access to all of our recorded music, which isn't on Spotify because, well, they don't pay their artists.
So yeah, if you want to support us and you like what we're doing, please sign up. We'd greatly appreciate it. Hope you all enjoy the episode, and let's get stuck in.
The String Ninjas Podcast.
Come get some. Don't have time to play with myself.
Take it easy. We're the good guys.
Hail to the king, baby.
The String Ninjas Podcast.
You guys.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. One yank! And then you come.
He was murdered by his wife, stabbed to death.
Very good.
I'm Lionel Hutz, attorney at law.
To be fair, if that's how he just talks in his everyday life, I'd probably kill him too.
You maybe remember me from such bedtimes as last night. Fucking, I know, but he's the guy from Jingle All the Way, the one that's trying on with Arnie's wife. These cookies.
He's also in the show News Radio I've said about Joe Rogan was in
Aye.
way back when. He's in that as well.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And he's a dick in that too. So
He was killed by his wife. That's mad.
rest in peace, annoying voice man.
Can't remember his name actually. Funny. Yeah. So welcome to String Ninjas podcast number 28. Maybe the last one of the season. We haven't decided yet.
Number 28. Shout out Aaron a follow.
I'm gonna have to just if we do any more of these, I'm gonna have to fucking just cut you going and then put like a basketball swoosh sound in there.
I'll keep doing them.
So yeah, our little clip, the coconut clip from last week, is doing well. There's people shouting at you at traffic lights and all. Your man eats coconut champagne.
Legit. I was shouted at the traffic lights yesterday by Mr. Philip Parker.
Parkour.
Aye. Coconuts.
That'd be funny. That'd be the new slogan. Your dad sells Avon and your man eats coconuts. your man loves shampoo. She loves guzzling down the old shampoo.
Anyway.
So
stickers.
What did you get new stickers?
From Mr. Geddes.
Legidus.
Jetty.
Return of the Jedis. Yeah, nice. You love your stickers. You're all about them.
I do like a sticker.
I don't know. I'm very panicky about my stickers. Yeah, they're either stickers for like chocolate brands or like random, electricals like Rode here and whatnot. So,
actually, did you order more Road Mix?
Yes,
if I can say I want that sticker when it comes again. The one I love, Road Mix. I want that.
You want that? See, because I had actually saved that one for you, so we're just pointing off camera here to for anybody that's wondering what the hell's going on. Because we ordered more Road stuff in the last batch, or I did.
Yeah.
And it came with a sticker, and I had them sitting out for you. Yeah. And then Darcy, she loves fucking stickers, and I came in, she was like, "Daddy, I put them stickers up for you." I was like, "What stickers?" And I looked, and there they were. So I was like, "Oh, Mick could be raising."
I am.
You take it up with Darcy, mate.
Fucking bitch.
Fucking years, so knock your bollocks in.
Probably will.
Funny, actually, we were all play fighting the other week, and like, "Come on, Darcy, come on." And she fucking she knows how to throw a kick, like a proper kick. So she leans back and swings the leg around like fucking. And it caught me by surprise. She proper boot me, and I was like, "Where'd that come from?" She's like, "Can you do that again?" She fucking just sit and boot the shit clean out of me.
Jesus Christ. Our Willow, she's only 2.5, well nearly 3, but see the left hook on her.
They need it. They need it for now.
I know. Oh.
Anyway,
what have you been up to?
Nothing. I went to a COVID swapping party essentially yesterday. My sister's child's christening. There's quite a lot of people there, quite a lot of food. I had quite a lot of meat. I thought I was going to be in bits this morning, but luckily I think it's just all bunged me up. so I'm just waiting on that fallout. Pardon the pun. I'm waiting for it to fall out.
God.
So
I'm waiting on the Himalayan fallout today.
You got that in your Himalayan food emporium.
Flip me, mate. Tell you those moo-moos.
Is that a dish or a dress you're going to be wearing?
It's what they call dumplings.
Oh, moo-moos.
Aye, tasty.
I got they're still in there. I got potato dumplings at a little. I was like, fuck, so no, because essentially the inside of a dumpling is just like Asian stuffing, essentially. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, everybody loves stuffing. Do you know? I was like, and it's potato, like it's a potato coating on it, the big thick one. I was like, fucking everybody loves potato. Oh, where's my Xbox going there? Fucking just the machines, rise of the machines, mate. And I so fucking got these dumplings thinking it'd be a nice try, like a wee lunch thing, a wee dipping sauce or whatever. Fuck me, they were disgusting. They were the most disgusting things I've had in a long time. It was like eating slimy sponge with like flavourless mush inside. So that's essentially, I'm going to put it on the little website as my review. Slimy
Sounds
sponge.
like a pavlova from Weatherspoons.
Death of Pavlova. I thought that was the dish of the kitchen porter. And Pavlova, he'll sort out for you. Okay.
Oh my God! Sorry, I'm just getting a situation report from my friends who I was drinking and eating with yesterday.
Oh right,
we're all suffering.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's in a bad shape today.
The edge Chester for you.
Chester was actually, I have to say, it was alright. I mean, don't get me wrong. £6.50 for a pint of Clonmel. Are you having a giraffe? I was on the Guinness, $5.20. Because we were talking about it, we were like, if you're going to charge city centre prices, at least give me city centre scenery. I want to see a wino fall in front of me.
I want the chance, what you wish for,
the chance to see him Barabest walk. Actually, to be fair, Barabest lives in North Belfast, so he could have actually walked past him.
Everywhere you go, always bring the weather with you. That should be his fucking, just every time you see him, just get that on your phone and follow him about.
I used to troll Barra. But from the Bark and Dog Twitter account. And like on a summer's day, I would tweet Barra and say, "Hey, Barra, the weather's nice today. Do you want to come down and do your weather report from the garden?" But then he'd come in, he'd show up for lunch, and then but he'd act all coy, like as if he wasn't.
I know nothing about what you're saying. I did bring the microphone down and a fucking camera one day just for a laugh, just to see here. Fucking do a wee report on your Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs here, this pasta dish.
So anyway, Chester barbecue, very tasty. Very tasty. Sloppy Joes.
I always assumed Sloppy Joes were just like mince in a burger bun.
It's a hot dog with, well, they weren't Sloppy Joes. I'm calling them Sloppy Joes because, hear me, it's my story. It's my story.
Because they were all over your trousers by the time you finished them. Like,
strangely, it was fine. Actually, my beard wasn't covered.
Yes, I'd always assumed, like, because you always see like Sloppy Joes were like leftover mince that sort of like you heated up and it sort of congealed into a burgery sort of shape. And you put it in a bun, and that was your Sloppy Joe. It was essentially a fucking water-based burger, if that makes sense, you know, rather than a solid. It's a liquid burger.
Remember the lamb burgers Dog Shack used to do?
Oh, the wee tinky ones. We whenever I started working in main Belfast, that was the first, when it was the City Hall one, or not the City Hall one, the Cathedral Quarter one, Talbot Street one that had opened up, and the chef there did like, he called it a Bangla burger. Everybody ordered the Bangle burger, which was funny. But yeah, it was a lamb burger with like all the like mint yogurt and fucking all this sort of stuff on it. But my God, like they were tasty, and you pretty much know burgers are your staple for your lunch is what you got. But fuck me, the bogs, those poor bogs. Like fucking 8 staff eating these burgers.
Lamb does have a different smell on the way out compared to any other meat. Like it really does.
Yeah, it's born to be free, that meat. I have to say. Fucking. So yeah, it was one of the nicer burgers I've had, but you know, memories. Yeah, I can't remember what it smelled like before I had it. Let's put it that way.
No, I miss those lamb burgers at Dog Shack. They were class. I miss Dog Shack. I miss that food, man.
It was so handy. Good. It was handy food, like
chicken satay, pasta fritters. So it was all great. I mean, like I put on so much weight when I worked there because Because there was so much food.
There was literally food going past
Yeah.
you all the time.
Carrot cake.
Just sit there and go,
The chocolate delice. Oh, fuck me. So good.
we haven't been out for food in a long time. We were talking about saying like for our honeymoon, quite literally our honeymoon is get somebody to mind the kids for a couple of hours and we'll just go to the park and dog and eat.
I can't wait. I'm next Monday. I'm so excited. Give me that steak tartare, baby.
Is the when is the official opening? Is
Next
it the
Monday.
24th?
24th indoor, everywhere. So basically from next Monday, everywhere goes back to normal.
The spikes happen.
I don't know.
Explained.
Most people are jabbed up now, and
Jabbed. Show us your jabs.
I don't know. I think it's grand.
No,
It's-
I says it'll either. Well, we were talking about this wedding because it's so close, but yet at the same time, lots
Yeah.
of stuff can happen. It's like I said, either two things are going to happen. Either it's going to be it's going to open up. It's going to be plain sailing. Everybody's going to have a lot more confidence in the situation, or all of a sudden this Indian variant will come over and fucking decimate everybody, and it'll be back to square one and all that sort of shit.
It was convenient that I'm all right. Where's my bagel foil? Put that on. I just find it convenient timing where we look like we're getting out of it, and it's like, oh, by the way, there's another one, so we may have to lock everything down again. And like, come on,
See what happens. No, but see what happens. That's the only. But the thing is, like it's obviously happening in India.
See, at this point, I'm just like, kill whoever you want. Just let me on stage.
See the thing is the problem with India in itself, like, is because it's so fucking many people.
Yeah.
It's such a close quarters, and fucking like the sanitation isn't like Western civilization. Do you know what I mean? It's was it Gandhi said you can't have fucking freedom until you have like toilets or something like that there. Like it was something, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's essentially that there, and that's the truth. Fucking
I need to look up that quote.
you can't have freedom until you wipe your hole with Charmel. It has to be double sided.
Can't.
But I know Phil was over there and he was saying he's gonna he came out of like a restaurant and he went to he's obviously wearing sandals and he went to jump over like this puddle that was like right no like he turned around, it was right there, so he just like sort of skipped over it and jumped over this puddle of water into a sewer, because no way the sewers are open up there, and just jumped. So he basically, instead of standing in the puddle of water, jumped over the water and into a fucking trough full of shite.
Okay, what Gandhi actually said was, freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. So yeah, I can see where you got toilet from.
No, there is a toilet quote. I'll type in Gandhi toilets. See what you come up with.
Let's have so 37 quotes by Mahatma Gandhi will help you find inner peace in turbulent times.
Well, he's not going to mention the bogs in that one, like, is he?
He had his own plumbing company on the side.
The Gandhi plumbers.
Alright, so
Trades group.
Dynarod. Just stick
There's probably loads of fucking puns in there.
just put Mahatma's leg down there. It's skinny enough. Right, man becomes great exactly in the degree in which he works for the welfare of his fellow men. Yeah. A man is but a product of his thoughts. What he thinks he becomes.
Lothario.
No, it didn't work.
Lothario.
Each one has to find his peace from within. And peace to be real, but must be unaffected by its circumstances. You know what's really bothering me? The grammar in this. You can't start a sentence with "and."
See, I wonder.
It annoys me.
Well, no, you can if you're paraphrasing it or if you're selecting what you're sort of. Because he probably said something, and this, that, and the other. Doing.
Yeah. Here's one. You can chain me, you can torture me, you can destroy this body, but you will never imprison my mind. Well, there you go.
You lifted that one straight from Abe Lincoln there, didn't
That's
he?
right.
You make it break our bones, but break our spirits.
I'm trying to find any mention of a toilet here.
It's not going to be in 37 inspirational quotes. Don't worry. He said, like, a bidet is worth more than two rolls of toilet paper.
An ounce of practice is worth 1,000 words.
Grab my phone. Have we look here? Yeah, I was the chair, by the way. I wasn't at home. I know I've had a load of meat, but let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see.
If you want real peace in the world, start with children. All right, that's very broad. Start what with children?
I start fights with them, mate. Knock them out. Mahatma Gandhi's historic toilet gallery, a picture of neglect.
Whenever you're confronted with an opponent, conquer him with love. I don't think that really works in a boxing match, to me.
I typed in Gandhi toilet, and the pictures I'm getting are not.
Yeah, but
It's literally There you go, Gandhi's views on cleanliness and all. It's in there somewhere. I don't know what it is. He says he may have said 2 different sentences, and I've joined them together. But he definitely said something about bogs. I think that was one of his like policies. Was he wanted every household to have access to the toilets.
Yeah,
because that was a big thing in India. Because obviously disease and all that.
Just
shit.
clean running water, really. Because India is actually a really rich country, but there's only about 3 people who have all the wealth.
Yeah.
Arseholes.
I'd say Phil was there for fucking. I don't know, he's there 2 months, 2.5 months, and he says you couldn't. Well, obviously you could give away your money, but for the sake of the phrase, you couldn't give away his money. Like, it just everything was cheap. Like, he ended up staying in like 4-star hotels and all. Yeah, and it cost him like fucking like pennies. This is probably about 10-15 years ago he went over there. Yeah. But he says he was on a train. It was an overnight train, and you take your shoes off because obviously it's so fucking sweaty. Yeah. And he set them like at the window of the carriage. Yeah. And when he woke up, somebody had stolen his shoes, but left like an old pair as like a. So obviously they felt bad about stealing the shoes, so they're like, here, fucking have my old shoes. And like, he was sort of going, fuck. I'm not putting them on. Double sock that one. No, double bag that. But so he. Stanging like.
That's crazy.
I would love to go to an Indian restaurant.
I want to try New Delhi. Not the place.
Is that the one Nanny to?
No, it's what do you call the road between Dublin Road and Great Victoria Street?
Fuck, couldn't tell you.
Well, there New Delhi's there.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm hearing very good reports about it.
There's one opened up down there, and it's proper. I feel bad for them because they opened like maybe 6 months before all this started, and you could tell they spent no expense. Yeah. On the actual, the restaurant looks lovely. I like golden satin, you know. Okay. Like, it does give you that Indian vibe.
That Maharaja.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But see, Indians are food I've never really. Yeah. Because it's so buttery and rich. The way I love them, I would love butter and all, but usually on toast with a bit of margarine.
Indian food is the one that I love, but it hates me. Aye. But like whenever I order Indian, like I can't. I just order so much.
Aye. I've only had like 2 out of 2 sit down like Indian meals. I got like because you know when you go in, you're like I like spice, but I don't want my face to fall off. I mean, I want to be able to enjoy my food. I don't want to be sweating out my fucking tits. Yeah. So like you go in, you say, listen, I don't want fucking blah blah blah. Give me something like sort of middle of the road, and they always go, "There's buttered chicken," and you're like, "There's nothing in that. There's no spice. There's no nothing." So you're sort of like, so the only couple of experiences I have is been around those buttery dishes.
I always stick with the tandoori shit, man. Keep that sauce away. It's all about that clay oven cooking.
Well, do you get the bread and all that jazz?
Get like a shashlik, a lamb shashlik, tandoori cooked.
I think you're threatening me.
No, I mean, honestly, shashlik, just clay oven. Fucking just dry rub.
Dry rub, that's when you bring a sock in, isn't it?
I'm such a bad state today. I have to apologise.
I'm having to keep this afloat, this podcast.
I know.
I've stuck my finger in your watery hole. It's letting all the water in the boat.
What's it look like, Mick? Have you ever played an old radiator? It's not like that.
Do you ever hear
Namaste?
No, you're not staying. Get the fuck out of here. Do you ever I've got Lemmy's book, the short stories. Or Lemmy. Is it Lemmy or Lemmy?
Lemmy was in Motorhead.
Lemmy, I always get the two mixed up, but then
2 very different people, mate.
Oh, I know, but I sure remember everybody thought they were like, Lemmy's dead. Yeah. He's like, I'm alive.
For our audio listeners, I'm about to take my clothes off.
Get your tits out.
From last week.
From getting your jab?
No, from training.
Oh, that's why he's grabbing the tat and getting the tat. Where is that?
No, the old lats. Mate. Oh. Every time I try to put the seatbelt on the car, I'm just like, oh!
Use the other arm.
I can't.
You can't use any arms. You just.
Well, the seatbelt's on my right, so I have to do that.
No, but you could grab it like that and hand it over to your other hand and plug it in because it's your arms right beside it. Then you can go like that.
I can't do it.
You just realised you could. So, for anybody listening there, whoever that one person
that is, noise was a penny dropping.
They realised that Mick realised he has 2 hands. He's now realising he can hold his balls and wank at the same time. Oh man, I've just been letting them flop about randomly.
I was actually, speaking of balls, I was telling a story last night of there was a guy from Somerset who I used to be a flatmate with at uni. And there was two things I'll always remember. Danny, I'll never forget him. Can't remember his last name, but I'll never forget him.
I'll never forget him. I can't remember what he looks like.
So he had been home one time and brought back proper Somerset scrumpy.
That's scrumpy, like as in
Cider,
cider.
but the cloudy stuff, super strong.
Needs a urine test. That
exactly,
cider.
yeah. So whenever we would be sitting drinking because we couldn't afford to go out because we were students. So he brought home the scampi.
The cider's fishy as fuck. There's a lot of butter in this cider.
Right. So he brought.
Have you got any salt for this?
He brought back. Any tartar sauce bit there?
That goes well with this cider.
So he brought this scrumpy back, and we're drinking away, and we're all getting steaming. So there's about half a bottle of it left, and he knocks it over, and it covers the table. Oh. But not one to panic. Pragmatic, our Danny was, grabs a loaf of bread and put all the slices of bread on the table, and then ate it. Was steaming the dick. But the other thing he used to do was he used to do a thing called flaming snail.
Okay.
So, for people listening, visualise this. For the video viewers, I'm not going to reenact this. Okay. But what he used to do was, so he used to get his dick and then wrap his ball bag around his dick. So he'd have your vision, and then he put two matches down either side of his dick, and then set light to it, so it looked like a flaming snail.
Fuck. How do you come up with that?
How did he discover that he could do it? Don't know.
How are the situations that
I swear to God. So every time I stand on a snail, I always think of Danny. It's like, you know, when people die and they go, "Oh, there's a robin," or "There was a thing." If he's dead, that's him saying hello.
Like a Viking funeral, you just go with snails and set them alight and just see you later. Again.
He was like,
"That's fucking mental." That is mental.
But
I mean,
he's
like,
still probably doing that
to
to
this
this
day.
day.
With ourselves, we've all tucked them back and went, "Oh, look, I'm a lady," or like the bulldog, you know. Woof, woof. But nobody's ever done. Nobody's ever done the flaming snail.
Flaming snail, yet. So kids, don't try this at home.
Don't try it at anybody's home.
I know I'm an influencer and all, but do not try that.
You're fucking breaching the peace on that one.
Christ almighty. I just...
flaming snail, fuck me. I know, but how do you... that sounds like he was mid-wank one day and they went, "Here's a thought." I wonder if I can stretch thiggies over that. It puts me in mind of, there's something about Mary. How do you get the beans above the frank when he gets his dick caught in the zipper, but he gets like his balls on his dick?
Yeah.
And the dad's like, "How did you get the balls above your dick?" I could just imagine him like grossly misreading that one day and like popping one.
Yeah.
No. A flaming snail.
Flaming snail.
What a tramp. Danny champion of the world.
So he's still at office parties at Christmas doing that. That's still his trick.
One into the copy room, show you something funny.
Pardon me.
If you got a 4K camera, come on in here and show you this. You're gonna want clarity on this image.
Like any weed killer?
No, he wraps the fucking copper tape. That's his cock ring. It's the copper tape around his thing to keep the slugs away.
I know, fucking hair. He's scared of salt. Yeah.
Oh no, I just imagine the slang that slugs leave.
Oh.
You come in, he's in the kitchen. Like either like a load of slugs have been in here, or Danny's been wanking again.
Terrible.
Dirty bastard.
Anyway, Danny, if you're listening, probably not.
Send us in a picture of that so we can.
No.
It's one of those Ripley's Believe It or Not.
That was awful.
We need to fucking. But is this something like he would show everybody freely? He was like, "Here, would you see this?"
He would do it. The first time I saw him do it, we were just all steaming in the flat, and he would disappear and then come back completely. He would get completely naked. Health and safety. Obviously, doesn't want to get his clothes caught on fire. But he would just.
Obviously, he had pruned beforehand.
I had another mate who snapped his banjo and ran into the kitchen to show us all. And we're like, "Jimmy, get out!" I'm alright, thanks.
I had a friend that did that as well.
But
I don't know what the logistics of it are, because it doesn't seem to be too bad of a thing in the long run.
But just at the time, it's brutal.
I seen a fucking video ages ago. It wasn't a video. It was one of those A&E fucking programs, accidents. But it was like, in hindsight, it wasn't like where they're in the hospital waiting on people coming in with broken dicks.
Yes.
So basically, this guy was talking about what happened to him and this girl were getting amorous, and she went down too hard and bent it.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
when it goes hard, it's like bone almost.
Yeah.
Like broke the muscle.
Yeah.
And his balls just like it showed you a picture of the balls, like where they had all the blood started backing up.
Yeah.
And they were like fucking watermelons, these two things. And he was like,
That must happen more often than you'd think.
fuck, I don't really think about it that much. So
No, but you know what I mean. Like it's
crossed my mind a few times that you're going, fuck, whatever happened to you?
no,
What
but
would
when
you do?
he snapped his banjo, it's because he decided not to use lube when he was
Kind
going
of thing.
when he was uppity bum.
Of a dippo.
I bet
Donnie was on your face. Attacking the snail.
Oh shit! Oh no!
On camera.
No, my head just got. I got such a head rush there. I nearly fainted.
Fucking wash your hands before you touch anything in my house, would you?
Sorry.
Fucking yeah, there's Sting up there. Sanitizer. Mick, talking about, we mentioned the snail too many times.
Is that sanitizer?
Is it sanitizer?
It is.
I was waiting on you going, is this glue? That's where we used to keep all the fucking stuff.
Well, that's not bad then.
Aye.
Anyway,
There was another funny story I remember watching
I
about.
legit nearly fainted there. I legit, my head, mate. You may have to drive me home.
Taxi.
Anyway,
Another funny story, and I don't know about like how the logistics of this would really work. Surely we can call for what happened. So basically, a guy was on a nudist beach, and he was sitting in the sun, very warm and all, and his balls became very dangly, so they slipped through the slats of the fucking.
yes.
Have you heard of this?
I have heard of this.
It slipped through the slats of the
Yeah.
fucking of the bench he was sitting on,
Yeah.
or the lounger.
Yeah.
And then it got colder, and his balls like shrunk up.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get them.
Get out, yeah.
He couldn't get them. Or maybe it was the other way around.
I actually saw a photo
He
of that
was
on
in the sea or
Facebook.
something.
I saw that photo of that on Facebook the other day, actually, because I've seen them all being brought out into the ambulance.
Fuck me.
Bless him.
Imagine, can you imagine?
But they put a blanket over him for decency, but they didn't put a blanket over, like...
You can still
but
see
you
his
still see
balls.
You're like-
It's like one of those wee angler fish with the fucking the wee hang dangling down. He attracted its prey.
No, I've never had any kind of...
Penile.
I've staved it, like...
Staved it. Did you have to jam it back in there?
But I've never... No, I've not really had... Well, we know about the toothpaste debacle. Aye. Here. That reminds me... right... I can't say it on air. I'll tell you afterwards. But
You need to keep that to
no,
yourself.
because in case somebody hears, I'll tell you afterwards.
In case somebody will definitely hear that.
No, there's relating to that story. There's something I have to tell you, but I'll tell you after.
Oh, right, okay. Well, and it just cuts now, and it cuts to me going into the camera, so we hear what fucking just told me. But I hear he fucking said, gee, you won't believe it. Like,
No, I've never really had any kind of issues. that way.
injuries.
No, not like
Snagged it a couple of times.
yeah, but sure it happens.
I had the Hoover on the wrong setting. Nearly inverted it. Had to go and whack it onto the tap. Wee cold compress for it.
Oh, stop! Yes.
Your head's
cope
about
with
to
today.
explode.
I swear.
it's
No, I'm
only-
getting really lightheaded the more I laugh.
Because I was thinking to myself, like, because I was talking to my brother yesterday, and he's like, "So you're gonna have a few smokes at your wedding here?" You know, because I don't smoke and I don't drink, and I'm like, if I'm gonna choose weed or beer, like I'm a lot more sociable than a lot more. You know, like, I'm not like I actually find myself.
Well, I would buy you the weed before I let you drink.
Because the only thing is, I drink like 2 or 3 drinks, and that's fine. But then I'm in the mood, and I'm like, oh, and then fucking I'm booking my dinner up, and it hasn't even served yet. So it's like, right. But then I'm sitting going to myself, I've been sober for so long now
Yeah.
that it's kind of like going, I don't really. Like, you're sitting here sore head and all, like, just, and you're not exerting
no
yourself.
sore head, just tired.
But no, like,
else,
that
yeah.
grogginess and all that comes with it, even when you only have like 2 or 3, that grogginess is like, I don't miss it. I don't miss it, like. Plus, I don't go to bed like most nights until 1 anyway, and then I'm up at 7 with the kids, like, so, like, I'm tired enough as it is. Can you imagine, like, if I had a fucking rake of pints in me, behold? Because I always remember I used to have to get a taxi to drop Finn to work, off you go, son, into the salt mines. See you later. Schoolwork. It was schoolwork I had to bring him to. I used to drop him up to school, and there'd be times, like, because we'd been out gigging, or fucking, I'd have maybe 3 or 4 pints, and then I got home, and have went to bed and woke up and just not feeling myself, and then I'd be sitting with Finn, this fucking 4-year-old, in the taxi beside me, and I'd have Darcy, this 1-year-old, on my knee, and I'd have the window down. Like I'm fucking doing a really bad impression of Steve
How are
Hawking.
you feeling Saturday morning?
What do you mean?
Because Friday we had our very first practice in about 7 years.
Oh, that's right.
But Friday I had early start, went to training, had meetings and stuff, and then went shopping and the likes, and then went practice with you. And when I got home, I was fucked.
Right.
I was like, trying to stand up and play the violin for 2 hours.
I can't
So
even remember
long
what
I
I
did it.
because I can't remember what I did. Did I come home and play the Xbox? Because I haven't actually been playing with you guys the last.
I
couple
came
of
home and
weeks.
fell asleep.
Well,
Like,
that was me.
sort of like dozed, and then I went to bed and could get to sleep again.
No, that was me last night. Got home, fucking the first time in a long time. I've slept for 11 hours, 8 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's done me well. I actually feel pretty good for a change. Usually it's like I'm operating on like 5 or 6 hours sleep, and you do get used to it, but then I think there's like a prime thing of like where you're really tired at the start from doing that, and then about a month into it you're sort of used to it, and then the next month your body's like, right, okay, you need more fucking sleep, and then you need to go to sleep properly, because there was a fucking load of times I was going to sleep at like 10, 11, do you know what I mean, and that seems to be the best thing. But last night I was out for the count. I remember saying it for her, because I said to her when we got home, I was like, fuck, I'm right, and she's like, oh, me too, because we've been out all day. She's like, well, we'll get the kids to bed and we'll make a cup of tea and just go to bed and just watch a film and fall asleep. And she was like, aye. And then the minute the kids were in bed, she was like, I'm not going to fucking bed. This is the first time, it's too early. So we were lying in bed, and she's like, right, I'm way downstairs to make the tea. She's, will I bother making you one? And I went, I'll be right down in a minute. And then I just went, fuck it, just fell asleep. But I know that Friday, the gigging, or the playing, like I can't remember, like I didn't remember how much stamina you actually need to fucking to do
Absolutely
that. Like your
never.
instrument's much lighter than mine, but you're holding it in a different way that would still wear you out, whereas mine's is heavier and it's lower down and you have to sit weird and all with it. Like, but I think it was like 2 hours we practiced. We didn't even do a full 2 hours. We did maybe an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And
So
an hour and 15 minutes into it, I was like, I'm sitting down here.
Yeah. I know. I'm so glad I bought that stool. So when we start playing, I just bring a fucking stool. So I don't give a
It
fuck.
may be worthwhile getting one for myself. Although I kind of need different support than you because of the way I was sitting. But for these, I'm sort of glad that these little wedding gigs and they're not full on performances, because
They're lounge.
lounge gigs, so I can sit about.
Aye.
And thanks to the fucking Debenhams sale, I'm kitted out for shit to wear to all these weddings.
Yeah, I have to go actually and buy a suit this week because.
Debenhams closed now. So
No, not for
just so you
Debenhams,
know.
but no, for that christening. We're mixed the God Daddy.
God,
Who's the God Daddy?
I'm not going that far. I can't do it. You can't
I can't do
refuse.
it. I can't do it either.
Did he get the stick
You
ball
sound like
pieces?
Julian Clary.
All right, no. I can't even. It's like the worst fucking impression ever. I can see him. And I can
Marlon
hear.
Brando's spinning in his fucking his urn. or whatever
He's
it
not
is.
spinning in anything, a fuck hunt. He wouldn't even be able to spin in a
know.
tumble jar. Him looks like Stella.
Jesus Christ. But no, I need to get a suit, make myself look all sexy. Can't wait.
Birthday suit.
Yeah. I do need to get proper wedding clothes again. I think I ended up either threw everything out last year because I was like, well, live music's dead, I don't need this anymore. Or I just can't find them. So
Either way, it's the same.
I need to go back to school. I go to Burton's. Burton's is my
Which
sort of shop.
Which one? That's Top
That's
Man,
Dorothy
no?
Perkins.
Dorothy
It's the
Perkins.
male.
Oh yes. Oh, that's not
one in
there
Castle
anymore,
Court.
if I remember correctly.
Is it?
In Castle Court.
It is.
You sure?
Down the bottom floor at the back, yeah.
Oh, you know, sure, because there was a load of those shops closed recently, but that one I had seen, there was a big space when
shit.
we were there, so I would double check that for you.
Oh, I'll be ashamed.
You're going to Giacomo, mate.
You fat bastard.
Do you have a big sizes?
Speaking of big sizes, Sunflower needs to sort their shit out.
Why?
Selling merch and they only go up to XL.
Right.
Like, lads, mom, big boy sizes here.
They have to send it off to some sort of sweatshop in Japan to fucking or Taiwan.
Just
to
stick it
get
in a
the
washing
right
machine and
size.
stretch it. And then- no,
It's a good move for most things in
but they're
life.
nice.
Stretch it, mate.
That's how Danny done a snail.
That's how he got to where he needed to be. It's fucking Snail. Why add the flames into it? Why add the fucking... It's like fucking Chandler and fucking Joey with the flaming ball fucking thing. He had a set of flaming
Ultimate
balls.
fireball.
It's the bowling ball and a fucking blowtorch.
I don't... Gavin, you're asking me questions I cannot answer.
Weird shit happens in fucking thing houses, student houses. Like.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I never really lived in
Some
one.
crazy, like, fuck. I mean, I'm glad I did, but yeah.
I was going with a girl and she wasn't in university either, but she lived in a lot of university houses. Do you know what I mean? Like sharing with mates just to get out.
Cheaper.
So I stayed with her a couple of times. And the maddest thing that ever happened, because I never was a partier, it melted my head, all that fucking background noise and people talking shit and all that, you know. I always just, like, smoky shit kitchens. Do you know, like the shit kitchens you get in student houses and the smoke, and everybody's like, oh, I need a glass. And it's like, well, they're all smashed or covered in fucking mould. Like, so, you know, whereas now I want a glass, I go in and I have to wash them, obviously, because I'm a lazy cunt. But they're all there. But I know the maddest thing ever happened was the fucking toilet breaking. But when I say toilet breaking, it was lifted off the floor.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
And then I had to go and take a shit in a randomer's house. They fucking... That was strange. So... Toilet was broken. Night after, had an early kebab and I was working late and all that sort of shit. Got up, I was like, oh, can't risk it in that toilet. But I remember my friends lived like about 6 or 7 doors up. So, but I didn't realise that the house they were living in was split into 2 houses. I thought it was just one house. So I went up and rapped the door and these 2 girls answered and I was like, oh, I'm looking for Kev. And they were like looking at each other and I was like, this is definitely their house. And she was like, oh, the 2 lads upstairs. And I went, oh yeah, no, thinking that it was a shared thing or something like that. And then I said to her, listen, apparently they weren't in. They were like, they went out. And I was like, all right, okay. I says, listen, here's the thing. The toilet's broken down where I'm staying. I need to use the toilet. Yeah. And they were like, you could see the 2 girls looking at each other. Now they were reasonably attractive ladies from what I remember. And the girl was like, you could tell her going like, some random guy has just rapped our door and is asking to use our toilet. But they obviously thought number 1. And I went to him and about 25 minutes later came out of their bog and just left. So like, if you're ever hearing this, ladies, apologies about that, because the day some randomer came up to your house, shit in your bog and left. That's probably the height of the madness that ever happened to me, like, in terms of student housing, and that's quite tame by anybody's standards.
There was loads of stuff that happened. I remember one of my mates he used to get the ironing board and surf down the stairs on the ironing board. Problem was, at the bottom of the fucking stairs was a window.
Lovely.
Straight through.
That's why you go to. That's why you're a student, because you're learning.
Every day,
surfboard outside. Oh, it sounds like student life was like, do you remember Animaniacs? Time for another good idea or bad idea? Good idea, going skiing in the winter. Bad idea, going skiing in the summer. It's just your mom falling downhill.
Good times. I know. I enjoyed it. But actually, funny, I got a message this morning from another fella who I went to uni with, Neil, and he was like, "Oh, I'll read the message out," because I had forgot this happened. This is 20 years ago. This happened, but it was like he says, I just laughed out from nowhere, thinking of when I shot you in the arse from my window in Halls when you were walking over to the shop. You had no idea what hit you. When you came back, you were looking around. Sorry, but I still laugh every time. So he had a BB gun and got me in the arse from like a good distance. Like, but I didn't know at the time that he had it.
Yeah.
And so I later found out that he had it. Oh my god, so funny. Like. So,
I've always wanted those big. What I was saying about there's pitches not far away from here. There's like a kids' park, and it's quite popular. Like a lot of parents bring, and then there's just like these pitches. They're just fallen into disrepute. You know, there's broken glass and all that. And we were saying about, I said to Finn, God, remember we used to come down here at night and smoke our joints and drink our drinks and all that sort of thing. And she's like, I wonder if they're still doing that now. And I sit and going like, if I was an adult living in one of those houses and I would definitely get one of those gas-powered fucking the proper proper air rifles, and I would literally just get the silencer on it and just start shooting people in the hole. Like all the kids, because they'd be like, they wouldn't come back if they're getting shot in the hole but they didn't know where it was coming from. That's so I'm just glad I don't have access to firearms.
No.
But your man had an access to a flaming knob.
Flaming Snail, like, unbelievable.
Is there any other weird? Write in. Fucking let us know if your friends have made any humorous things with their genitalia. Maybe a female flatmate has done a Predator impression, or something along those lines. You never know.
God, there's. I'm just trying to remember. There's that many things I can't remember.
Is it Belly Savalas out of Black Books? Where he fucking gets the lollipop and sticks it in his belly button. Bernard Black.
I don't remember that.
No, he's at the dinner. Remember the one with the dinner party where he shits in
yes,
and the hang and you didn't do kabumbo, did you? He's like, no, I didn't have any cigars.
That's what he's like, why does your bathroom have a fridge freezer and a wicker?
And he's in there drinking the milk. It's all unhygienic. What made you buy a wicker toilet? Oh fuck! I hate wicker.
Why wicker? Why does it exist?
See, I tell you, one of the first times I ever waited my whole off involved the wicker basket. Right, so I was. My mum was smoking like menthol Super Kings at the time, and they were like snooker cues. So I think I nicked like one or two because I knew I was going down to my dad's in Newcastle to stay, and my dad was out drinking or whatever, so he wouldn't really know. But so I was out smoking. I was like acting the big dick. I must have been about 15, and I was smoking this fucking snooker cue of a cigarette, and I smoked it all, and then I was like, God, I don't feel well. I don't know whether the nicotine was coursing through me and the smoking on that. I still wasn't really used to smoking, so I went back into the house.
Well, you waited off a cigarette?
Yeah. I could never smoke cigarettes for ages and ages.
That's very strange.
Because I used to smoke bongs and lungs and all stuff like that there, so there was no tobacco ever involved.
I didn't know you could wait off a cigarette.
Well, the nicotine and all the tar and shit and all that, like, it just made it feel. Well, that's the thing. I don't think it was the main. It was the main cause, but I don't think it was the tipping point that made me proper whitey. Yeah. So basically, it was winter and it was fucking freezing outside. So I remember like walking into my dad's living room and the fire was going, and it was a small living room, so the heat was like unbearable. And I went in and I was like, "Fuck, I don't feel well." So I jumped on the bog. It was like diarrhea myself on the bog, right? And then at the set I was like, oh god, I'm going to be sick. So I picked up this bin that was sitting beside it and started poking into it, but it just happened to be a wicker basket with no bag in it. So basically I was poking straight onto my legs with a fucking wicker basket. Oh man, that was, and I actually didn't smoke for quite some time after that.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, still smoking fucking a packet of tobacco a day, like.
Fuck, that's mental, mate. It's funny, only a couple of times in my life I've shat myself and threw up at the same time. But luckily, it's been when I've been sat on a toilet that's had a sink next to it.
So you can reach over.
That would freak me out if I had to, because I'm not bucking into worm shitting.
It's spoken through your legs.
I have to apologise. This podcast is disgusting.
Filthy,
but it's more to do with I'm just dying.
Well, we should definitely do the hungover podcast, but it's just us going, I need a drink of water.
No, we should do a drunk cast.
A drunk cast? Fucking, you mustn't stay to me.
Oh, man.
Just packing of mangoes, mate.
Just a bottle of Fireball.
Oh, Ghost Ragger. We're fucking necking the Ghost Ragger.
I drank a Fireball last night. It's actually, I think it's a rather pleasant drink.
That's cinnamon, isn't it? Like really cinnamon.
I like cinnamon, you see.
Oh, I can't have it like that. At there, I was telling you about the fucking poking up the aftershock.
Yeah.
In Manhattan and having to drink it again because it was at a bar and they were all watching me. Like the bouncers, I had to drink this like slimy fucking aftershock. Since then, I just can't have anything like that. It's just like tequila. I drunk myself silly on tequila. So many tequila hangovers.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I still go to myself, oh, I'll have a shot of tequila. But it's a fucking bad idea. Like.
You see, I'm weird. Like, I don't like shots of tequila. I'll drink margaritas for days.
Aye.
But a shot of tequila.
No, it is salty rim, don't you?
Yeah, more it.
Salty rim.
Sambuca, different story.
Oh, I can't have Sambuca. They say aniseed, cinnamon.
I would drink Sambuca.
What, like with a thingy ice?
Like
50 mils?
I just didn't drink it.
That's fucking disgusting. The time you drink a peach palinka, the
Hungarian
stuff. I was trying to make cocktails with it, thinking because it's peach, and I was like, well, peach goes with quite a lot of things. You know, it's obviously like you need like creamy stuff to go with it and all, like, you know, and all these different things. And it was just the peach flavor was nowhere near the, you know, the ethanol-y sort of flavor of it. So it was sitting in my cupboard for weeks and weeks, and then you and Phil were here. And the two of you
saw an opportunity.
He's like, here, the cupboards need cleaned out there. It's gone in there.
That is literally what we did. There was gin and everything. You were like, I just want to make space.
Yeah, there was loads of stuff there. Like. So you polystuffed that palinka like it was nobody's fucking business.
God help us.
Oh. So what are your plans for the day then? Are you going to get a fry at some stage?
I'm going to go to... I got to go buy dusters. I need to buy dusting cloths.
What for?
My paddle boards.
Oh, you
I want to keep them all clean.
Buffing your boards.
Buffing my boards. Keep the knobs all pristine. I couldn't even whistle her.
Clean as a whistle.
Tesco. Nothing exciting, Gavin. There's a few emails, there's a few wedding inquiries to reply to. Nothing really, mate. I might even play NBA 2K tonight, maybe for a change.
For a wee change.
Or when I'm finished all, I might just go back to bed. I'll see.
Get a Lucozade and have a wank.
I've had a Lucozade.
Well then.
Oh, flip, there's some in it.
Now you
results. I thought it was finished.
It's the little things.
Oh, mate, it is the little things. Speaking of little things,
you still have to have that work. Whoa, the little things. I know it's the sweetest thing, no, but you know.
Oh, mate, that was great.
That made your day, isn't it?
That was a nice wee surprise.
It's been really, it's been a fair length of time before anything like that has happened to me. Oh, Finina, we were cleaning out up the stairs, and she was an old pair of Converse. I was like, "Are you going to wear them or what?" She was like, "I don't know." And they've been sitting in a cupboard for about 2 years, and it's just a fiver fell out of them. Is it out of a shoe? Weird. Is it? Why do you fucking have a fiver in your shoe? Like,
that was great. Well, you look as it's surprise.
You're not going to be Lucozade Sport, aren't you? Sport now.
I prefer the fizzy one, mate. I'm all about that energy. You know what I mean?
Lucozade Sport.
Lucozade energy. It's not for athletes. It's for hungover people.
Remember we used to get it in the big glass bottles?
Sean Walsh, comedian, does a really good bit about Lucozade. And he's like, the ad should just be like, he said it should just be a guy hungover on a bus against the window. Like that there. And he's landing, and the slogan just reads, Lucozade Sport, buy 2 if you've got work. It is.
That's about right.
I swear to God, because I used to always get the big bottles of it. It was just, I've never seen an athlete actually drink it. You see, athletes drink water.
Yeah. Water and a wee segment of orange.
Here, my bladder doesn't know what's hit it last week since I've been back training with Tucker.
Just water.
My water intake has gone up by about 1,000%. I'm needing the toilet. I'm usually a camel. I go once a couple of days, like.
And you always go better when there's sand about you.
Yeah, but
see, I would drink water, quite a bit of water, because I always get the flavoured sparkling water. I know it's not quite the same as like bland water, like, but like living where we live and being in this house with old pipes, our water doesn't taste great. So I always get like the flavoured water, but I would drink maybe 2 or 3 litres of it a day.
Yeah,
peasy, like, so it keeps it going.
But no, my bladder's just been it's been freaking me out. I don't know, but
it's fucking WebMD this episode, isn't it? Jesus, fucking banjo snapping, fucking bladders with shitter cells, with boat. With your mates wanking in the kitchen with a snail dick.
It was never a wanking thing.
Here, it definitely was.
Well, not in front of us. Like, it was just, he just decided to wrap his balls around his knob.
But what would he do? He just decided to wrap his balls around his knob. It's just like, you know, that's an everyday decision people need to make. Some people have too much time in their hands to. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Skin on their hands.
I do have skin on their sex. Don't get me wrong. As I say, I've done like every male has tucked the balls and the dick between their leg, bent over in front of the mirror, slapped himself in the hole and went woof woof. Right? We've all done that. That's a given. But I think when you're stretching things, that's. You know,
I mean, we've all tried to suck our own dick.
Well, you know, just 1 more inch. That's all. It's
that's
like,
what she said.
It's like, now I know why God gave me what I got, because, you know, if it was any longer I wouldn't leave the house. I'd be walking like a crab person. Crab people. Looks like all those gymnasts, you know, that's how they started off.
My God.
You
This is the
ever stuck a wee
worst.
finger up your bum?
This is the worst. No, I've had someone try to do that to me. And
I
it's
know,
just-
I
it wasn't
don't
for me.
like it. I tried it, but I had a kebab beforehand and I forgot to wash, so I got a little chili ring.
Nah, it's not for me.
No, not your thing.
Not my thing.
I try it once. You never know. Well, you're gonna have to get it done eventually for the old prostate exam.
I won't live that long.
Well, you card packing, didn't it?
I won't live that long.
Yeah. We'll stop taking bookings in about 3 years then, because I'm not paying back all them fucking deposits.
Oh God.
So there you are. So we've hit your limit.
Of vulgarity.
Vulgarity.
No,
We
there's
finger
a-
up a bum. Like.
No, I feel sorry for anybody listening. I feel sorry for anyone paying for this. Fair play, thank you. Oh, we got new sign-ups this week as well.
Yeah.
We're flat.
Do you know the funny thing is neither of us have remember how to redeem any of the money, so it's just been piling up and piling up.
Oh,
so
that's it, yeah.
We're gonna be in about 2 years' time. We're gonna have an all expenses paid trip to Disneyland, Florida. Just me and you fucking in Epcot.
It has become a savings account. Really.
That's
Yeah.
that doesn't exist. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah.
Yeah. I meant to do it one day and I forgot, so I just left it. But I know new sign-ups. Well done. Welcome aboard.
Who is it? Any names?
I can't remember. Sorry.
That's how much you mean to us.
No, it's legit. No, it's not a real name, and it's a person. It's just the name that they use to sign up with is not a name as such. It's like
I know what you mean. It's like a pseudonym, not a pseudonym.
yes, synonym.
Pseudonym bypass. Pseudonym bypass. Is pseudonym bypass?
Oh Christ Almighty, that's shocking. Right, I gotta go. Because there's nothing else to talk about.
Well, there probably is. It's just that you're just.
Oh, Edmund Poots. So
I fucking big air cunt. There we go.
Dobby the house elf is now the leader of the DUP.
The podcast is just about to hit 30. Mick's about to wake up. That Lucas is straight up. Get 5 fingers on me. I'm talking about Pootsy.
Fucking ootsy wootsy
If
pootsy.
he puts his money where his ears are, he'd be flying at this
I
job.
hate him. I fucking hate him.
He has a pure camel head. You know, or like a fucking cow head. You know.
He's a fucking bigot, man.
It's I think it's just funny. They're
He
their
made
own
Artie
demise.
Foster look progressive.
Aye. He's a fucking twat. They all are. They
Yeah.
really all are. I'd say I'm not like, because obviously we're over in the West here, so it's not like we get a DUP vote anyway. But it's like I'm not voting for fucking any of the main parties this time. Fuck that. I'm not even voting for people for profit.
but I was going to say vote for Malachi from the Green Party because he gave us a gig for his wedding.
Aye, that's it. If you want us to get your vote anyway,
Book us for your wedding.
book us for your
get the
wedding. Yeah.
No, puts his dick using cancer as a fucking bargaining chip.
That's right.
Horrible bastard. But now they're all fucking scum. But for years I had toyed with the idea of actually going into politics. I was like,
My mum said I was good at politics because I'm a great bullshitter.
yeah.
It's like, thanks, mum.
But no, it's just it corrupts everyone. You can't be good. You have to shit on somebody at some point to get anywhere.
Well, see, I think at the stage now, the people going in are shitting on the bad people rather than shitting on the good people that were already there. So I think we've reached the stage in NI politics, and actually I think around the world where people are just sick of fucking bullshitting. They're just, it's like why can't we have free education and healthcare for all? Why? Do you know what I mean? Do you know, because you need to bomb somewhere. That's bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Fucking guys in Syria are not going to come to fucking America, en masse, or Britain or fucking Ireland. They're not going to invade. They can't. They physically can't. They're being blown to bits. Do you know what I mean? They've got their own shit to deal with. So just fucking get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
With all that crap, like, I just don't know. It's like, why do you have to pay, like, fucking Queens? To get into Queens, and you had to pay a fucking tuition fee that's extortionate, and the people that fucking had to pay, like, through this pandemic, they're doing online classes now, are still paying them fucking fees. It's like, why do they have to pay it? Oh, because no, bullshit. There's a Carl Pilkington, his superhero character, bullshit man. There's a guy, he's in the office and he's fucking saying, this is what we have to do. He flies in, bullshit. Just bullshit, man. But we're fucking sick of the crap, like. Sick of the crap.
Them all.
That's a good uplifting way to end the podcast. But
this could be our last. This might be the last one.
Yes, that's we're thinking about, because
Forever we're retiring
on Monday. So today week we are hopefully going to be starting the recording of the series, which will be interesting because if Mick is hungover, it doesn't matter. I have somebody else to talk to.
I won't be hungover next week.
So we'll have guests on.
Yeah.
Amy Montgomery, Sarah Dillon, Bob from the Sunflower. We've got Dean Stevens, recording engineer extraordinaire. We've got Darren Matthews. We've got Rory Woods. We've got Rwanda Shaw. We've got Jai Sion, or Jai McConnell as I know her. So we've loads of stuff on, so we need another 2. We've ordered some equipment. We've got the Roasties special. We've ordered some equipment so we can accommodate up to another 2 guests. So
should clarify what Roasties is.
Spit Roasties. We're all into the same type of porn.
It's just us and 2 mates talking about our love of goose fat.
Of roast potatoes. It said we were black one day coming.
Dripping. Oh, by the way, I've asked them to design a
Roasties logo.
and the other logo you wanted. You know?
Oh yes, so for our patrons, we were thinking about as a wee sort of gift for yourselves, a wee limited edition. I Survived season 1 of the String Ninjas podcast, because this new one will be officially season 2.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably be doing them at cost price. If you can go for it, let us know.
£72 a t-shirt.
We've got a solid gold ringlet around the neck, so there's a lot of embossing happening on it. So yeah, we're gonna probably look into that. So obviously, all our patrons, we will get in touch to see whether these are interested before we get them printed off. And again, there'll be a cost plus postage. So. So it'll be all good. So we're looking good.
Only person that's going to cost any money will be Mark, who lives in Guatemala. Mark, it'd just be easier if we just sent you the PDF and you'd made your own.
The fucking t-shirts are probably like made there anyway. So we'll just send you the logo.
Oh, he's running a sweatshop in Guatemala.
Is that what it is?
Mate, just keep yourself one.
Actually, fuck no, it is. Well, then you can just keep when the order comes through, you set one aside for yourself. Yeah, fuck it. So he should be doing us a wee discount. But so a lot of things happening. So we're going to try and fit in another one before the end of the week, hopefully, and that'll bring us up to 29, and then the first episode of the next season. I'm hoping, because obviously I'm getting married 30th of June, so I'm looking to start the launch date would be probably the 2nd week of June, maybe, going forward, and there'll be 10 episodes altogether, fingers crossed, diaries permitting. I'll have them all ready to go. So all our patrons, they'll get access to the full 10 straight away. We'll have them all loaded up, and then after that, if you want to watch them, you have to wait every week. They'll be released on a weekly basis. And then by the time those 10 weeks are finished, we'll hopefully have like a 2 or 3 week break where we record and sort the new ones out. I don't think it's going to take me that long, to be honest with you. If we're able to set up the same thing again in the Sunflower, or maybe even in the Hewitt on a Sunday when they're all off or some shit like that there, get in there and do a couple throughout the day, and it should be good. It'll not take that long to put it all together. Like it's not like the videos are top quality anyway. quality enough. You're here for our soothing voices anyway. That's right. But yeah, so fucking loads to look forward to. I'm looking forward to getting it all done. Fucking seeing, because it's a big project, like for me to try.
Nothing for me.
You turn up and you be your usual charming self and drive me home, and that's about it. Like so. Well, there will be a couple when I won't be driving. Because it'll be the hour of the night when I'm having a pint. The evening ones, that's fine. Don't you're booking shit during my drinking time. what 11 o'clock in the morning? Because that's when most of them are happening. So yeah, looking forward to it, and I will keep you posted. But if we don't see you again, well, thanks very much for everything you've done for us. We really greatly appreciate it. And stay positive. Test negative. Test negative. Unless you're doing like a test to get into fucking school. You know. If you know, you know. By the way, don't wrap your balls around your cock. All new episodes of the String Ninjas podcast every Monday on all major streaming platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Or subscribe to us to get early access to both the audio and the video versions of the podcast at patreon.com/String Ninjas.
The String Ninjas Podcast.